soldier, all of those things. And so I sat down. I was like, I'm just going to write out some of the things that I've learned over, 27 years of marriage, 22 years of being a father, my time in special forces, being in the legislature. And so it's kind of an eclectic book. It's everything from how to successfully argue with your wife, which I stand by that title, by the way. You can successfully argue with your wife. To kind of the difference between raising sons and daughters and the different things that they need from dad. Two other things that are a little bit more lighthearted, like, how to properly cook a steak. Spoiler alert, anything above medium is just burnt and destroyed. And other practical things too, like how to properly kick in a door. Not just because it looks cool, because you never know when you might have to rescue a family member from a burning building, and you want to make sure you do it right and look cool in the process. So a lot of these things I've learned, again, a lot of them from doing the right thing, but a lot of them too from doing the wrong thing and learning from it.
It just feels like this infantilization of American discourse, where we're getting, it's like the quality and the thoughtfulness of the debate is going down. The quality of and the thoughtfulness of our disagreements and the way we handle them are degrading. They're devolving. They're not getting more elevated. And I just happen to think that a lot of people need to be called up higher. We need to be calling people up to be an adult, to behave like an adult in public, to behave like an adult when you're a politician, when you're a congressman, when you're at the state level like you've done in Virginia. Am I wrong? Is that sort of a core problem that you're noticing?
Yeah, there's 5 categories that I kind of talk about with masculinity. That's the most important, which is your spiritual, your relationship with God. It's where you get your identity, your sense of objective morality, objective truth. But then there's also the emotional, the physical, the professional, and the intellectual. And one of the things I tell guys in this book is that it's really important that as a man you be seen as being capable of giving wise counsel. It doesn't mean you need to be a subject matter expert in every topic. Nobody can achieve that. But if you want to be the sort of guy that your children think that they can go to and give wisdom, then you need to continue to develop yourself intellectually. And one of the things that you do that with is critical thinking. It's through argument. It's through debate. It's through not getting caught up in just ad hominem attacks or just screaming or yelling at people or insisting that we're going to do it this way because I said so. The better job you can do explaining your positions, your values, your belief, the more forget the random arguments you're going to have on X, right? Those can be fun sometimes. They can be distracting other times. I wanted to make sure that the things that I held the most dear in my life, I could properly explain to my kids, that I could teach them how to defend it, that I could answer tough questions that they might come home with. And I always wanted them to see Dad as a person that they knew was going to give them the truth, but was also going to be able to explain it in a way that made sense to them. Because the goal is not to just tell them to believe what I believe because I say so. The goal is to adequately equip your children so that when they leave your house, the beliefs that you handed to them are now theirs. They believe in them not because Dad said so. They believe in them because they're true. And you're not going to be able to do that if you're engaging in this sort of debate that we see too much on social media these days, where it's just yell louder or make little quips or whatever it is. You need to be intellectually rigorous in your pursuits if you're going to be the sort of man that other men and your children and your wife can trust.
Nick, I'm going to throw a little bit of a curveball to you here. What is your message? And maybe it's not. Author of the Man book, really, really important. Final question. What do you say to those men that have given in to sort of, scapegoat culture, whether it's all about the Jews or they want the accelerationists, they want to burn it all down, vote Democrat so they can build up something more pure in this country. They're disappointed with the GOP. What is your message to them? I don't know if it's a political question or if you want to take it spiritual, psychological. Floor is yours, last minute.
I think what it comes down to is that on some degree, on some level, they're going to have to recognize what they've done is they've surrendered. And I get that it can be tough and it can be frustrated. And there's a part of them that probably thinks, well, once it all burns down, then they'll miss me. Then they'll wish that they had the things that I was trying to bring to society. What I'm going to say is that never works out. That never works out the way you think. Accelerationism doesn't work out the way you think. What we need is for more men to stand up and be an example. Think about who you admire in your own circle. Do you admire the people that just lay down and take it? Do you admire the people that try to burn it down with you? Or do you admire the people that stand up against all odds and fight because it is the honorable and noble thing to do? And that's what I think you need to reach for. You need to reach for the honorable version of you that is fighting for that opportunity to serve God, to be able to serve your family, to serve your country. Because those are the things that I think give us true meaning and purpose. All this other stuff, it may feel good in the moment, but it ends up leaving you feel. It ends up one of the worst forms of depression you can ever find is not when you are denied the things that you think you want or that you're owed. The worst depression is when you actually get the things that you were striving for and you find out it leaves you empty. Find your identity in Christ first and never doubt what your meaning and purpose is.
Nick Freitas, The Man Book, thank you for making the time. Excellent.
There's a checklist that every